spread saltiness isn't bliss, it is a bright and sunny day outside. So what better recipe to share than egg salad? So I've already got my eggs going on the stove. This is a pretty quick and easy recipe. So I was able to fit 7 in the pot here. Size, any color egg works. You can mix and match like I did because I just happen to have 3 brown eggs left over. And I get a nice gentle boil going. I just fill the pot with water so the eggs are just barely covered. Get a good boil going. I've got it just above medium there on the stovetop, and I boil them on a gentle boil like that for about 13 minutes. So our egg salad eggs are all done cooking on the stovetop. Like I said, about 13 minutes with that gentle boil. If you get any cracks in them, that's fine because the egg is now fully cooked and we're going to take the shell off later anyway. The other thing I want to mention is anywhere between 5 and 7 eggs is usually what I can fit in the pot and cook when I make my egg salad. So I get a good sized batch with that amount of eggs, and I usually reserve one on the side to use in salads or anything else you like to put hard-boiled egg in. So our next step is to take our pot over to the sink. We want to dump out all the water that we just boiled the eggs in. And then once we've done that, we're just going to put the faucet on all the way cold and let that run completely over the eggs. We are doing this to cold shock our eggs. So we want to stop the cooking process and we want them to cool off because then we're going to put them in the refrigerator. Just going to dump out the water that we just filled the pot with again. Okay, so we have just cold shocked our eggs, drained the water out of the pot, so now we're just going to put them in. I like to put them directly in the bowl that I will make my egg salad in later on. So I do want to show you guys, I want to share with you how pretty these turned out because I had the multicolors there. I don't usually have brown eggs, so I just think that looks so cute and just makes me think of spring and Easter, which is just around the corner. But yeah, so I'm going to put these in the fridge for at least an hour, and then I will see you back for the next step. All right, so our boiled eggs have had a chance to cool in the fridge. I have one peeled up here, so this is the only one that won't be part of our egg salad. This is just a standard egg slicer. If you don't happen to have an egg slicer, not a problem. You can always just use a knife and slice up the egg similar to how I'm going to slice it today. So this one I'm just going to reserve on the side for salads or anything else that I choose to put the egg in. So I'm just going to lay it in there. It's kind of got a nice little cradle in there for the egg. Push that down. And now I've got a nice bunch of thin slices that I can just stick in the fridge for later. All right, on to our next batch of eggs, which is for our egg salad. I like to just spin it all the way around and crack the whole shell and then just slowly peel that off of there. Sometimes you'll get a nice big piece like that. And then I just kind of go back around it, make sure I didn't miss anything. And now we can move on to slicing. To slice for our egg salad, we're going to slice it first just how we did the last egg. Then we're going to turn it the other direction. So we're going to turn it that way, slice it again, and that's when the eggs come out just perfect. Perfectly sliced, perfectly sized for our egg salad. Okay, so our boiled eggs are all nice and sliced up here, ready to have the final ingredients added in. So our very first one is going to be mayonnaise. Any mayonnaise you have in the fridge and love will work just fine. I like to go with the squeezable because that way it's just easier for me. I don't have to guess with a spoon and be scooping it out of a jar. I can just watch as I squeeze it in there. So I just kind of eyeball it, but I like to do just a nice big circle around. So that's about 1/4 to 1/3 cup. But again, this is gonna go by your taste. So if you want thicker, creamier egg salad, you will add more mayo. If you want it to be thin and just on the healthier side, you'll add less. And I just keep mine very classic and simple, but you can get very creative. You can add in peppers, onions, anything you like that gives it a little crunch, gives it a little added kick. You can even put some dill in there if you want, because egg salad pairs great with pickles. And if you're using the dill seasoning, you're not getting all the sodium from the pickles that we love. Next, I go with a cracked black peppercorn. Any pepper will work. If you're not into pepper, you don't need to add this in. I eyeball that as well. But I would say I probably put about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon. And I love to put some dried parsley flakes. Fresh herbs are great as well if you have them. And I put about a teaspoon of that in there. And last, I love to put a splash of lemon juice. So I just buy the bottle of lemon juice. That lasts a lot longer than lemons, and it's just quicker and easier. But if you have fresh lemons or lime, you can just squeeze that in there. So I just have about a cap's full here, and I'm just gonna pour that in. And I may go 1.5 cups. I may add just a little more in there. There we go. So just another splash. And then I just take a large spoon, mix that up well. As I'm mixing it, I can see if I've added enough ingredients to get the consistency that I like. I do like mine on the thinner side. I don't like too much mayonnaise. But again, this will all go by your preference and your taste. So yeah, that looks pretty good, right where I want it. So the great thing about this is you can eat it immediately, or you can pop it in the fridge, let all those flavors blend and mix together, and have it later that day, the next day. Okay, so last year I'm gonna spread some of this onto just a fluffy mini croissant. Of course, you can get creative with what you put it on, from bagels to bagel chips, toasted bread, a salad, anything you love. You can add lettuce on there as well, tomato, but there it is. Nice and creamy egg salad croissant. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.